Hello teacher, this is Vivian and I'm going to talk about summarizing strategies. So let me share the screen. Well, the first strategy I'm going to talk about is the SAC method. This is another useful technique for summarizing any kind of text, such as a story, an article, or a speech. This acronym means the S is for state, in which you state the name of the article, book, or story. The next letter is A, which means assign. You have to assign the name of the author. The other A is for action, is what the author is doing, for example, what he tells or explains. And finally, you have the C, which means complete. You have to complete the sentence or summary with keywords and important detail. So remember that keywords are very helpful so that you can synthesize perfectly the information without copying all the paragraph from the original author. Here you have an example of how this strategy would look in a summary. The next method is the 5WIH method. This is an acronym in which every letter corresponds to a question, of course a WH question, with what, who, where, when, how, and why. This technique is very good to understand a situation, to discern a problem with a rational thinking by analyzing all the aspects. Remember that when you summarize any information, you really have to understand all what the paragraph says so that you can transmit and synthesize the same information without changing the meaning or adding some other details that don't belong to the original author words. So you can make questions like what, who, where, when, and one of these questions must be with how. So what, you can include what's the problem, what are the objectives, who is the client, who are the users, who are the members of the team. So this is an example from a very specific topic. Where will the project take place, when, what is the date of the consignment, when will it start, and how long it would last. And finally, how, you have here how severe is the problem. So here we are analyzing a paragraph related to a project and something that is not working in this. Right. Here you have another example with context. What is the problem? In this case, my suitcase is too heavy. Where is it happening? At the airport. When is it happening? In the evening, coming back from France. Why is this happening? Because I have bought wine. How can you overcome this problem? Get the wine shipped. Who do you need to get involved? Winery will do it for me. And when will you know you have solved the problem? When it arrives at home. So same thing, this is a very specific situation in an airport with a problem. So the problem is solved and you give the explanation of how the problem was solved, helped by the questions, the 5W1H questions. And finally, the next strategy is the triangle, square, circle. This is a strategy that helps students focus their reading, summarize important information, and make sense of informational text. It uses a simple graphic organizer to foster clearer thinking regarding new information in any content area. So what do you have to include in each triangle, square, and circle? First, the triangle, you have to write down 3 important points from the reading you just completed. So first, you have to extract the important details, like the main ideas. Then in the square, you have to write down anything that squares with you thinking or anything you agree with. So the The idea of this is that you get a personal relationship with information and with your critical thinking, and it will make you easier to understand, to really understand the main idea of the paragraph and write a good summary. And finally, you have the circle. What you have to do here, you have to write down anything that is still circling in your head or questions that you have. So here you can include the things that you still don't understand or something that maybe is not clear yet, so that, I don't know, maybe you can look for any other source to find more information, to finally have a clear understanding about the paragraph you're going to summarize. And here you have an example. This is a general example of how good summarizing would look like. So the first original paragraph, you have 38 words. And in the summary that you can see below, you have only 11 words. And if you can see in the example, in the summary, you just kept the same idea without changing the meaning, but with fewer words. So this is all I can say about this topic. Thank you very much for your attention.